Hey gang, this is Kevin Johnson again, creator of Strange City Heroes. I'm about to just draw something for you today. Just going to be a character I'm kind of making up as I go. I don't know who he is yet. I think it's going to be some sort of weird alien. And I'm just doing this because I wanted to draw something and play with this camera again, so we could try to fix some of the kinks before I try to do the second cover of my comic that I need to get done. So this looks, I don't know what this is right now. It kind of look like something I may have done before at some point. Not too sure, but I wanted to talk about a little bit about the paper I use. For the most part, I use Strathmore Bristol board because it's thick paper and it lets you use just about anything you want on it without making too many mistakes as far as paper falling apart or whatever. Like if you put ink on it, no matter if it's ink pens or wet ink like India ink or something, it will still work, and you just have to let some things dry a little bit, but it's basically the same stuff that everyone uses for creating comics. There's some different brands that they use, and some of them have lines on it, like Blue Line Pro. Some of the off brands, even Strathmore, is starting to make some lined paper because they know a lot more people are trying to make some comics these days. And so they, I guess they're just trying to tap in on the market. So that's what I use. This right here is just a piece of Strathmore. I usually use the smooth. I've used the vellum also because I bought it by accident, and that works too, even though it says on the thing, it doesn't say anything about using wet stuff like ink, but it worked, so, you know, do what you gotta do. Anyway, as far as this goes, I don't know what he is. He's just some sort of weird little guy here. We're gonna make into something. Probably should have some sort of jaw, I guess. I don't know. He sort of got this little snaky thing going on here, so let's give him a snake belly. I wanted to maybe try coloring on here, but I don't know how long the video is going to last. I think the last ones I did were pretty long, 28 minutes or so. Took 2 videos to get them up there, but a couple people seem to enjoy it, so that gives me a reason, I guess, to do it more often. This man is sort of some kind of weird snake guy, less of an alien than he was. Also, as far as inking goes, there's a lot of different kind of pens you can get. That I've tried a lot of them. There's some of these. I don't know if you can see that well. It's Stadler pigment liners, and they come in different sizes. And you, the problem with some of these, they don't work. The tips break, I find. Maybe it's because I must press down too hard. But then I found these. They're called Pigma Sensei, and those seem to work better for me. So I try to use those too, as well as Sharpies. You know, kind of gotten away from the brush ink stuff because, like I said, it just doesn't work for me. Makes a mess. Things don't come out like I want them to, and so, you know, do what you got to do. But we got this little guy right here, and I don't know how the markers will work with these pens, so we may run into some fun as far as stuff bleeding out. But these, I'm just gonna come in and do the stuff with this at first, just to see. There are many different kinds of things, and I find when you go to the art supply store, at least the one around here, that the brands are constantly changing out. That's what I found a lot with using wet ink. Is I found some ink. It was made by Speedball, and I really liked it because it was kind of thick, and it dried fairly quick, and it was the best thing I could find when I was trying it that way. And I went back to buy it again, and they told me that they didn't have it anymore, and that the companies will change their formulas a lot in their inks, and it has something to do with kids giving themselves tattoos and the toxicity of the ink that they're using. I guess they have to change it all the time. But anyway, everything else I bought from them, which I wasted a lot of money on, was basically like black water. And when I say water, I mean water. It was like it was so runny. It would take, you know, an hour to dry, and then when it dried, it was very thin. You know, you could see right through it, and you would have to go over it and do it again. And I was like, well, what's the point of that? You know, and at that point is when I decided just to go straight back to markers and Sharpies and, you know, whatever else I could come up with. And not saying that I won't ever go back to that kind of ink again, because I probably will, but, you know, for different occasions. I mean, if you have a lot of stuff that's black, you can spread that stuff around pretty quickly, and that saves your hand from severe amounts of pain. So you know, it's really up to the person that's doing it. And, you know, you don't have to have extreme black when you scan this stuff, because you know, you scan this into Photoshop, and that black is going to be black. I mean, it's going to be as black as it can be and needs to be. Now, if you scan it in as color, then you start maybe getting some problems. But for the most part, you scan your art in at black and white, and let me switch, and that's it. You know, it's a solid black, and it stays that way. And you just go about your coloring on the computer if that's the way you're going to do it. Now, I plan on coloring this by hand, so that will, you know, it may show up differently when I try to scan it. Someone asked me to show my coloring on the computer, and I don't know if that'll work or not, because recording video of a TV or something doesn't always come out right. So we'll see. I'll try it at some point. But this one I want to do by hand. Hopefully it's not going to be that long of a video. I feel like I've been talking forever, which may or may not annoy you. But would like for people to maybe throw suggestions out there of something, kind of things to draw. I don't want to draw a building or whatever, but, you know, if you got like, hey, I want you to draw a kangaroo or something, or, you know, something like that. Yeah, but you know, or if you want something like I don't know, an elephant crushing a building, well then yeah, I'll do it like that. But I'm not too interested in just drawing just a building to be drawing a building, because I don't draw precise enough to make that interesting. You know, I just do my thing. So, you know, that's up to y'all guys out there. Find me on Facebook, or go to my website, which will be on here. You know, just look up Strange Drawings. No, not Strange Drawings, Strange City Heroes, and you'll find it. There's an email address on there. I don't use it that often, but it's the one that relates to the website. I think it's kjohnson at strangedrawingartgallery.com or something like that. But you can definitely find it on the About page at the top before you read about all the story and stuff. I don't know if I wanted to make that move right there, but I did it. Okay. So, anyway, that guy's got a little sad eye now. And then, once we do that, we're going to bust out some markers, and hopefully they work good still. These are the ones that I